What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 46 of Eggcast with John Egger. I'm sitting here with the one, the only, the Minecraft master, Sean Atticus Rain. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, can't complain.
Yeah, man. We've just been hanging out in this chat for a little bit, just talking, uh, catching up on things. How was your past week of quarantine, would you say?
I can't complain. I mean, I haven't really gone out much. I haven't seen daylight in 4 days, but
Yeah.
other than that, can't complain. School, but everything else is going good.
Yeah, yeah. I
Besides the
know.
coronavirus, of course.
Yeah, exactly. I know I've seen you putting a lot of like South Park clips in the group chat. So I know you're staying updated with media and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
I mean, I
saying?
go my whole schedule now is just going back and forth between so I got four final projects right now that
Yeah.
professors just dropped on us in the last 2 weeks. So I've been going back and forth on that and South Park. Any show that can release that comedic relief
Yeah,
just to
exactly.
keep me going is
Have
you
you
need everybody needs that escape.
yeah, yeah, for real, man. I've been watching tons of shows like old like Walking Dead. Like I used to watch The Walking Dead like seriously when I was like 13, like for whatever whenever it came out, you know? Like I used to watch that and be like, "Oh my God." And now I go back and watch it and like me and my girl just sit there and watch it and just like just
Is
letting
that
us
show
laugh
still
at
going
it.
on?
I don't know. It might
You
still
mean
be. After season 7, I had to stop watching it. I was like, this has gotten too absurd because it was like always kind of like from the start that show always kind of just had like a I want to say like an American just like ridiculousness to it. You know what I mean? Like
when you say
it's just
laugh at
like
it, you mean
because it's
what do you?
fucking because it's fucking goofy. Like goofy
Oh
shit
yeah,
happens, and like some of the actors are great. Like some of the actors are great, and then you got I mean, Rick Grimes is a awesome character, but like some of the actors are amazing, and then you just got like Rick on screen like Carl, like just
yeah.
acting like a
I never
fucking
watched that
fool.
show.
Like yeah, it's pretty cool. It's interesting to like get into, but like it's like the one thing I don't like about it is that since the show's still ongoing and like the comics are still ongoing,
That's what
they
kind
don't
of
really
drove
have
me
a
away from watching it.
they don't have a clear end goal in mind, you know? So it
Yeah,
feels like
that's
the plot just keeps getting written because it's meant to be like this like episodic or season type thing where it's like you come to these big finales, but then it moves forward. Like the whole point of a comic and like a like a comic that keeps coming out is that like especially when it's like and like it's drawn whatever like it's always gonna have like that world's always gonna be there. There's always gonna be like a new issue. Like
yeah.
people always
I
like
mean, I
think.
think that's that kind of. I guess it depends on the show, but that's kind of what drives people away from watching it because
Yeah,
after people are gonna give up and say, "I don't know what the hell's going on."
yeah, because it's just like keeps go like it just keeps going. Like you need a significant like start and end, especially with something cinematic. Like it's
I think
different.
something like The Walking Dead. I've never watched the show, but I know some shows like that. You want to have it be between 1 to 9 seasons, something like that. Like not
Yeah,
stretched out so much.
I think they might be like around their ninth season now. I'm honestly not sure, but like yeah, like compared to like look at for example Breaking Bad. Everybody loves Breaking Bad, and the reason is because they come from like they start at a beginning and they end at an end. You know what I'm saying? And it's a perfect arc of like
Yeah,
seeing a character change and like seeing a story progress and
yeah. You
come
see
to a
multiple characters change.
exactly, yeah, and it comes to an amazing like it comes to like a head basically like a pimple. It comes to a head
Yeah,
and it explodes like and like it ends there. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like The Walking Dead's more of a show where it comes to these little climaxes, these even if they make them seem big and amplified because it's these huge shootout scenes, all this crazy stuff,
and
but
then they
like
end, but it concludes in such disappointment where you're just
yeah,
you
and
don't get that feeling from it.
the other kick with that show is they try to get a lot of shock value by like there's constantly characters being put in distress by the zombies You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, they're gonna get eaten by zombies, they're gonna die, and like sometimes characters do, but like most times, especially if it's a main character and you watch it, you know that they're not good chance. Even no matter how much they make it seem like that person's about to die, like there's a good chance
No,
they didn't die. You know, because like
just look up the actor's contract. He gets plot armor.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, The Walking Dead's a crazy show. You know what else I've been watching? Have you seen on Netflix The Midnight Gospel?
No, I haven't. I've heard of it, but I haven't watched
Yeah,
it yet.
that's so Duncan Trussell, who's like a comedian podcaster, like you probably he's been on Joe Rogan a bunch of times. He's got
Yeah.
his own podcast. He's very like he's a very like he's very into like psychedelics and like the spiritual side of the world and just philosophy. He's a very philosophical type of guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, he teamed up with Pendleton Ward, who's the creator of Adventure Time, and
Okay.
they created a show where they take snippets of his podcast, but they also script stuff in to like kind of make it like work. But it's like I don't want to spoil like the whole thing, but like the character basically lives in this like foreign like planet thing, and like he has this simulator where he can go to a bunch of different worlds. So he'll locate someone in the simulator, go there, and then interview them for like his space cast. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they clip it like that, and there's just a bunch of crazy cool animation, a bunch of just like really trippy, like interesting animation, and like the ways they like go through it, and like a lot of good stuff because it's like snippets of his show, and like listening to it, it's like it's actually really like helpful information, and you know it's cool. Like, and I think that's so cool that they take like a podcast and animate it. Like, I even want to try to find somebody to animate like little tiny clips of this show. You know what I'm saying?
And then incorporate it in an animated context.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Let me just make sure this is up. I just want to make sure your audio's still good. But yeah, man, we've just been hanging out in quarantine. We used to do these podcasts on Zoom, and like I'll probably still be doing them on Zoom. I mean, I honestly it's hard, man, because really I want to have people in here. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, that's how a podcast is meant to be.
yeah, there's something different when you're just with people and just like having a good time, actually like talking. You know, I mean, we're still talking now, and like this is nice, especially even with quarantine. It's like you don't want to go anywhere. It's nice to just like, regardless, like even if we were recording or not, to like get this time to just like speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just to like talk to your friends and like bullshit. But like it's always better when you have people right here. But like, you know, I was doing them on Zoom, and apparently Zoom, if you want to do more than a 40-minute meeting with like a group, so like more than two people, you
You
got
have
to
to
pay.
pay.
So I guess I'll be doing all the group ones on Microsoft Teams. One-on-one I could still do on Zoom, but I figured like we're doing it on here now just to test it really, and like seems like it's going good, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But how have you been with working out? I know I've been slacking.
I've
Like
been
I know
I'd be
everybody
lying
was
if I said
taking a hit,
I
but
wasn't slacking, but yeah, I haven't really done much. I've
yeah,
really been doing mostly just the bike, really. Like I have one 20-pound dumbbell and I have two 10-pound ones, but
yeah,
it's kind
yeah.
of hard to get like
To get stuff, yeah.
get something going. But
We could
I just
probably hit up the plate again, boys, and like get some weights that way.
yeah, I they're closed right now, I think.
Yeah, but we could probably
Oh, when
text
they
one of them
yeah, and like go to
and be like, yo, we'll buy the weights or
the
whatever, you know. That would be
yeah.
pretty
That's what I was talking to Dawson about that today, and he was telling me that's what he's been because he's using the barbell that he bought from Play It Again over the summer. I don't know if you
Yeah.
were there when he bought it.
Yeah, I was.
That's what
I
that's
checked
what
him
he's
out
been
for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's been using. Yeah,
Awesome. That's funny. Yeah, but shit, what the fuck were we just talking about?
not working out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've been slacking. I've been trying to do like some pull-ups on like the pull-up bar and stuff. Like just like just like leisurely. Like I've been like going on like walks around and like going on skates and stuff. I
that's
really
good.
like
I mean, I think you should also like I think everybody should just try to incorporate at least stretching because
yeah.
I think a lot of people undervalue stretching and just the effect that it has on your body. You know, just to get just to get your circulation going.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely like the days that I do stretch and I do work out, like I feel like I incorporated a lot, but like for example, like the last 2 days, like I haven't stretched at all. I tried like bending over, and usually if I'm in like a good state, I can like touch my toes or like
Yeah,
touch the floor.
I've had the same problem where it's like you're so tight and you can't even touch
Yeah,
your toes.
can't even get close to my toes. But then by like if I keep stretching out for like a few minutes, I by that time I can like kind of reach down there, you know?
Yeah,
That's a great exercise for that, and also for just for strengthening your hamstrings or the good mornings. You know, it
good mornings are good. Yeah,
helps you build
like
elasticity while maintaining strength.
yeah, like I did good mornings like with like the dumbbells I have, but I mean it's still good to do it. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
so have you been going to your mom's working out at all or?
A little bit. I haven't been doing it as much as I should be. Like I've been here with the lady like a good bit, and then just like I've been I've been feeling the same way, like not necessarily unmotivated, but like I just haven't felt like getting in and like lifting. Like I've been doing other stuff. Like I've been like going outside and like going for skates, like in like my hockey skates,
Yeah, that's
and
good.
just
Just get
like
some fresh air.
yeah, exactly. Like because I feel like I'm inside all day, and it's like it would be cool to go like work out, but then I'm just like in another room. Like it's nice. Like my favorite thing is like smoking a little bit of weed, tying up, getting my hockey skates on, putting in earbuds, and just listening to music, and just skating
Yeah.
right when the sunset comes around. And it's just like I remember I was on the golf course. I was just skating, listening to like rock music or something, and just like the sun was coming down, and I was like, oh, this is so fucking nice, you know?
I think driving ranges. I don't know if they're already open, but I think they are planning on reopening in the next couple of weeks.
That would be cool as
From
hell,
what I
man.
heard, yeah.
If we could get some golf balls, we could go. I think we could go to the
Oh
to
yeah.
the
I mean,
driving range.
yeah. I mean, they
But
still sell golf balls at. Or I have golf balls actually, but I mean, you can buy like a bucket of them for like $10 at the place by the one by ShopRite. I forgot the name of it, but
Little Pond,
yeah, Little
are they
Pond.
are they still open?
I have no idea.
Dude, it would be so
I'm
cool if they
sure
were.
they're closed right now. I can look it up.
Yeah, it'd be so cool if they were open though. Could go there, smack a few boys, you know.
Yeah.
Golf is something I never thought I'd get into. Like I don't like the golf community. I don't feel like I'm a person of golf, you know.
Oh,
Like
you mean like these millionaires who go golfing and just talk
yeah, like
about business
old,
during a golf
like
game,
like
like
old douchebag
cigar
dudes, or
smoking.
like the kids. A lot of the kids that get into it are like not. I'm not saying everybody that's into golf is a rich kid, because I know plenty of kids who like to golf who are just complete who are you
Yeah, I
know
do too. Golf's
normal
fun.
whatever. But like the people who are like, you see them, they're like wearing the golf clothes and like the thing, and like what, like you're just like that kid's like, like they're all just fucking wasps, you know. Like I'm like I don't like I feel like all that golf shit looks goofy as fuck when a guy has on like a little tiny collared like dry fit shirt and like a hat and like fucking his pants and his belt's buckled, and he
Yeah, I mean
probably
that's
and he's
dress
probably
code.
thinking to himself like, I look so fucking cool right now. Like, and I'm just thinking like, dude, you're going up there to hit a ball. Like why what's with all this attire? Like,
That's how we felt when we played tennis in high school when we had the way we had to dress the attire we dressed. Like we'd have the cargo
yeah,
shorts and the polos.
our our uniforms were weird because like our shorts weren't like cut to normal tennis. Like our shorts were like basketball shorts. Like, or like
Yeah.
Oberg ordered us like basketball shorts. Like,
Like I was that goofy kid where I'd wear the cargo shorts to school during school, and I tuck my shirt in. And
yeah.
I'd have my shorts up really tight, and like all these teachers started gassing me up, like they were just like calling me like, "Oh, you looking fancy today?"
Yeah, like with
I
your,
was just, I mean, it was senior year. I was just being goofy, but
oh, you mean when you were wearing the shirt?
yeah, I'd wear it in like during school hours, like in classes, like I'd have it tucked in.
Yeah, I remember I used to do that shit, and then I was like, I got to a point I was like, I don't want to wear this fucking shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just looking silly. I mean, this is the most embarrassing sport to be playing in high school. Like,
True, bro. And
as
like we're
far
not
as
even and we're not even good at it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
that's even sadder. Yeah, we're not even on varsity.
yeah, for real. I was always like right on the edge, like, and it was fucked up because like I would get down, like I would like try, and then I might like lose, and I would like kind of like get down on
Yeah,
myself
I
and just like then I wouldn't try. So I feel like the times where like maybe I could have like made more of a move and like shit like that, like I just like I
yeah,
would
because
fuck it up, you know?
me and Dylan were on top JV our senior year, but like we were like six JV and we worked all the way up to top JV that year, and still it didn't really mean much because if we won an actual match, it's not going to count towards the outcome of the game because
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But that's you know what? When you look back, I mean like
it's not like any of it matters anyway.
when we
But
were in high school, we thought that was like such a like important feat. But I always thought to myself, really, because like I'm like put it this way, like I think every sport's important, but like if your sport doesn't have a ref, then I don't think that many people have a stake in it. You know what I'm saying? Like high school football, they have a whole production for that shit, like blah blah blah. Like
yeah,
you go to a tennis match, it's
you
just the
technically
kids
ref your own
playing.
game.
Like
You
you
call your
know,
own plays,
yeah,
or in Jeff's case,
I think
you
that's
call your
stupid as
own
fuck.
outs. You call your own cheats.
Yeah, exactly. It led to a ton of fucking cheating, a ton of
Yeah,
bullshit. Like,
Jeff was the best player in South Jersey.
yeah, for real. Jeff was good. Don't get me
Jeff
wrong.
was good,
Jeff
yeah.
was a great player by
But I
himself,
mean,
but
you
with
can't
with
blame
his
it
cheating
entirely. You
abilities,
can't blame it entirely on Jeff because that's just how they made the game. They
yeah,
set the game up where people could cheat, and Jeff just found out how to do it without getting caught
yeah, and
until
it's that's why that honestly, like Jeff was like the Jeff was like the heart and soul for me of that team, like cause like without Jeff, it would just be all fucking like just whatever bullshit. But like, cause it's funny, Jeff's the type of kid who thinks to himself like people would be like, oh well, I could cheat, but like nah, like Jeff's the person. As soon as he figures that out, he's like, why would I not do this? Like he's like,
yeah,
why would I not call it
because
out?
his way
Like
of thinking just goes one way or the other. So
yeah, exactly. And like I don't know. I used to like I used to try to call it like I saw it, you know what I'm saying? But everybody's got that one time where like it was like close and you're like out like and the other kid's
yeah,
like all pissed off like
you
or
know
like
what
when somebody does that to you and you get pissed off, you
that
know?
game really challenged our mental health. I mean, how many kids raged? Like I'm pretty sure all of us would, throw a temper tantrum.
Yeah, I know, bro. We all raged. I mean, I never smashed a fucking racket. Like
Yeah,
I had a buddy named Jack Rawls who's been on this podcast who smashed like fucking two of my rackets or something because he's got anger fucking problems and shit. You know?
like some of my friends who never played tennis, like they played other sports, like they played football and baseball. They were just like, how can you possibly get mad over a tennis match? 'Cause
Yeah, like
talking to
it
them
just
about
looks
what Jack
silly.
do. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fucking like I don't know. I mean, I get it. Everybody gets pissed off. I got pissed off a ton of times playing, but I wasn't like to the point where I was like, oh, I'm gonna break some shit. You know, like
yeah.
it's not that
I
big a
didn't even.
deal.
I don't think I played. I didn't play until sophomore year, but like I only played just because I knew all of you guys. Like I just played for the comedic relief and just
Yeah,
for the memes.
yeah. The meme. It was at the end of the day, it was the meme. You know, and it was fun.
Yeah,
It was a good time. Everybody had their
everybody
their
was a
fun.
character.
Yeah, I kind of wish though. I still wish I would have spent my last year uh, playing lacrosse, doing the lacrosse
Yeah,
team. Because for those of you who don't know, our high school, right when we were about juniors, got a lacrosse team for the first time. So they had barely like anybody to play, and like a lot of the kids that were interested in hockey were kind of crossing over, and like we weren't like good by any means, but like we were kind of getting the hang of it, you know, and like it was fun, but just didn't stick with it.
yeah. Like I thought about like signing up for football like junior year, but I really just did that just so I could like be in the weight room and lift weights. But then I got a gym membership, so I was just like, I'll just go to the gym and not risk getting injured or some shit like that.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, so wait, that was. Wait, sorry. Say that one more time. Dude, I've been having this problem, and this has gone on literally in the past couple of shows, and I want to address it with the audience and with everybody because I've been having a problem like listening, like, and it's like just sometimes like I don't know if it's because I'm stoned or just because I'm like so like whatever. Like my girlfriend tells me all the time. Nah, I'm just playing, but like but she does. But like I've been saying the same thing to her, and she's like the other day she was like watching a clip from one of from the show, and she was like, "What
I just told you,
um?"
don't you ever listen?
She was like, "You're not like responding to his like," because I he said something, and then I switched to kind of another subject, and she was like, "You're not responding to his like whatever," and like while I could have made an argument that like yeah whatever, like I kind of just was moving to the next thing because we had been on that for a while or whatever. Like still, she was right. Like when he was telling me the story, it was a great story, and I put it out, and I was like, yeah, like I was listening to him as it was going on, but I don't feel like I was really hearing him. I feel like I was just kind of like sometimes I get because I feel like sometimes I worry a lot about what I'm going to say next because you want to keep the show going. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
sometimes it gets in the way of me listening. Uh, Whereas I wouldn't have these problems if I was just being receptive and things were just bouncing off and I was like truly, really listening. But no, lately I've just been like my head is so in the fucking clouds sometimes
It's
that
like
like
it's like somebody explains, like tells you a whole story, and then you ask like a simple question about an event that's like the most unrelated event to the story, but the person telling the story still brings it up anyway. And you ask about it, and they're just like, "Well, I just fucking told you everything. You don't listen."
yeah,
I
exactly.
just
Yeah, you know what it is too? I think I gotta keep my when I listen to my own voice on here, it kind of fucks me up, you know? I feel like it kind of makes me listen to myself a little bit.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but damn. Sorry, I'm like losing. I'm like see, I'm doing it right now. I'm literally like losing my mind. I think I might actually be going like be getting on early onset dementia. Like, but what were we on before that? Listening.
We were talking about lacrosse.
Oh yeah, lacrosse. So like I really wanted to play lacrosse and like we started doing that and like I went to like the one camp and it was like me, Zach, Ryan, like it was just like all these like we were just all booling like and everybody had a helmet because they all like showed up like cause to use like the extra helmets they had and I
Yeah,
think like I forget if the one they had for me to put on was like the extra one they had was like too small. I was just like fuck it, I don't need a helmet. So like we're all just like throwing the balls around and like in like squares, like we're all standing in squares, just like throwing them around, and we're dropping them and shit. We're not that good.
well, yeah,
They
that's
had
what
us,
I heard the lacrosse team was like. Well, Dom said they were really bad because everybody on the team never played
yeah,
lacrosse before except Joe Vigiani.
yeah, and I think that kid Chaz Hance is like a good
Yeah,
lacrosse player. I think he was playing too, but yeah, Joe played.
yeah,
Not that many other people played. I remember when we did the camp thing, some like eighth grade kid was there. I think he was like the guy's son or something, and he'd be like, God, they were telling us they were like when you go to pick up a ball and you have the ball, be like, got ball. Like so the kid would go to pick the ball up and be like, got ball, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking say it. Like I'm not gonna. That's
I
stupid.
wish
Like
I played lacrosse, like especially when I was working. When we were working, I played again. Like guys would always come in for lacrosse gear, talking about how my kids have been playing lacrosse like since they were kids, and like I would talk to like Brendan and Chris about it because those guys they played lacrosse together. Like I think
yeah,
all throughout high school, and they said they absolutely loved it. But like unfortunately,
yeah.
in our case, we didn't have that sport offered to us until our senior year. So
Yeah, it would have been fun though. It would have been fun to play something like physical other than hockey because like I never really played that. Oh shit! There's a fucking ant. It's a fucking ant. Cunt ant.
you
Oh
guys got an ant problem too?
yeah, man. I've been having ants crawling around my house. Look,
Yeah, it's that time of the year.
I don't know if you can see the little guy. He's in my hand, but I'm gonna
No,
put him.
I'm not gonna see it, dude, without the background.
I'm gonna put him to an easy rest because rest in peace, ant. We love you and we miss you,
You
and
just killed an ant on camera.
we're really. It's okay, man. Hey. I don't know if there's any laws that can find me apprehensible, but dude, you know what's funny is like imagine like being another ant and being like, we should get that guy arrested, but like our society sells like commercially sells spray
Yeah.
to murder ants and
I
roaches,
was
you know?
I was watching that I was watching that episode of South Park the other day with lice
Yeah.
with lice in Clyde's hair, and it's like the guy has a whole family. It's like an entire village.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he's like, I gotta do whatever it takes to take care of my unborn baby.
Oh yeah, my
And
baby. Yeah, that
Clyde,
one's so funny with
Clyde
the
put
lice when they're in Clyde's hair.
he put shampoo in his hair. It's like lava to the lice, and like he's like,
Yeah.
everybody get into the trees. It's just his hair.
Yeah, dude. Those episodes are so funny when the guys that I mean spoilers. Anyone, this is fucking 10 years old. If you haven't,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and if you
It's still
if you
funny to
don't know
watch.
if you don't know what we're talking about, look up South Park, Lice. Look up South Park
Yeah, you
Lice,
can
and
find on
it'll all
Comedy
come up.
Central.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that Lice. He was like, my baby. Like he's like, Shelly, I need you to take care of my baby. Like, or
And
something
then
like.
it's like at the end he gets he's like, Kelly, is that you? And then he gets picked up by the fly.
Yeah,
And
it's like
then
an angel.
he,
Like,
he drops him off, and it's like the writers just say, let's drop him off in Angelina Jolie's.
pussy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? And then it's like, this is a place where we never get disturbed. It's like an entire village of lice.
Yeah.
It's like, look, unborn baby, it's hope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a whole like perfect like utopian civilization because Angelina Jolie doesn't fucking get rid of her and she's just like at the end she just scratches. She's like
Yeah.
damn, dude. Is she still with Brad Pitt or has that been over?
I think that blew over.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably people that are listening right now are probably like, what the fuck? Like that's probably years old, but I don't know shit about any of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Never watched South Park. You're just like, what the hell are these two idiots talking about?
yeah, I know. They're like, what the fuck are they riffing on? What are we going on? Damn. Yo, let me read you some on the other podcast. I read a couple like little one-liners to Jack and Nick Martin, and I lost the podcast. So they technically haven't been out yet. So like, I can read you some more. Where's the one? Oh, you know what I think is kind of weird? This isn't even like a joke yet, but this is just kind of an idea I wrote down. You know when people are like, I saved myself from suicide. Like I'm a survivor of suicide. You know when people say that? Couldn't any of us technically say that and be right? Like,
well, yeah, you're not wrong. So you must be right because you're still here.
Yeah.
And you're not dead, so you must be alive, right? So
yeah,
one
you
or the
just
other.
yeah. So like, I don't get people on Twitter being like, I saved myself from suicide. Like I guess
Well,
like you just
yeah, I mean, I guess
did you just like not
everybody's different though. I mean, it's a really complicated topic, but like to dive into it like briefly, like people will say, well, a lot of people have different experiences with that. Like some people would actually like, let's say with the instances at Rowan,
yeah.
like, let's say like somebody was like on literally a couple inches away from doing it, and then they like backed up and said, I can't do this. I can't do this to the people around me.
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
That's understandable. And then you got other people who are like, haven't really. You mean all of us have all like contemplated it, but not literally.
You got people who like wake up and they're like, they're having a bad day and they're like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. And then they get a notification from Grubhub and then they're like, no, wait, I'm okay. Like,
you see the video last night? It's like with Cartman saying he's gonna kill himself.
Oh no, but I've seen those episodes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna kill myself, you guys.
And then like his girlfriend is they're doing like a petition to help people with suicide. He's like, what the hell are you doing? This is about me not killing myself, not everybody else.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to make it about him.
Yeah, Cartman's. Yeah, he's at the end of the day, no matter what they do to him, he's always just so fucking self-centered.
I mean, that's like that. I mean, that's well written though, because that's a demonstration of like not everybody, but like some people will try to like do that where it's like
where they victimize people, like, but it's about them. It's not about the cause or like they don't really sympathize to the cause because they're just like being self-centered, you know.
He said, "I'm gonna kill myself, Heidi, and you're not gonna hear me because I'll be dead."
That's just so fucking funny, man. 23 years. Yeah, 24 years. That's so crazy.
Well, I got my mom started watching that, and she's asking me, did they make episodes on the coronavirus yet? I said, nah, probably next season.
Does she like it?
Season. Yeah, I mean, she's watched like some of them, not like the ones that are really extreme. I mean, every episode's extreme in its own right, but I mean,
yeah.
A lot of adults are probably like parents like misinterpret the the messages of the show,
Yeah.
like satire. They just think, oh, these writers are
They just think they're shitting on
sick-minded.
something.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sick-minded. Like, why would they think of this? Even though
it's satirical. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, only like people who understand that would appreciate it.
Yeah, for real, dude. Whatever you do, do not show them. Do you know
No,
that?
I know. Yeah, I know. Anything pertaining to the Catholics, to Mother Mary.
Yeah. The episode where Randy has alcoholism.
I never.
Oh, dude. One time I put that. My dad loves watching shows like that and shit. You know. And one time I
Oh,
put that
yeah.
on, and he was just like, I can't watch this. Like he was not happy. Like. Yeah, I don't even want to say it. Like being the good little
like,
Catholic
I
boy I
myself,
am.
like I can't. I don't know. I watched it once, and like I can't sit down and like choose to watch that episode of like any choice.
Yeah.
Like I watched Stanley's Cup the other day.
Oh, that's a great episode.
Yeah, it is. I was just like, oh damn.
Yeah, that's a
They're
great
like,
episode.
They're like, I hate you, coach.
Like, I can't play goalie, coach. Why? You have asthma or something? No, he has cancer. like it's just such a fucking like
it's just
troll,
worst
like,
case scenario. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's like I'm just his father, and then the dad is like talking to Stan. He's like I'm just his father. I can't talk to him, but you're his coach. You're like a father to him. Like, that shit's so funny, man. Yo, but another thing I had down, and tell me this isn't even really like a full written, like I don't want to kill it, but like just I'm just gonna say this and I'm just gonna see how you react to it. When I was in the 6th grade, my crush rated me a 1 out of 10 on Facebook, and ever since then I've been fantasizing about ways to kill that bitch. I kind of oversold it, but that actually really did happen.
Really?
Yeah, when I was in like the 6th grade, I remember having, and I'm not really gonna kill her, you know. I'm not actually like a crazy.
No, it's gonna be okay, man. Everything's gonna work out.
I know. I'm just saying that for audio's sake, you know.
God has a plan.
But yeah. I remember being in 6th grade and having this crush and thinking like, oh, that's like the prettiest girl like I've ever seen. Like this girl's beautiful, you know, whatever. Like, and you know how that is, like,
yeah.
And so I remember one time, I don't know if I like added her on Facebook or whatever, because that's like around I remember around 4th grade is when everybody started using Facebook. Like,
yeah, I never used Facebook. I never got into it.
Which looking back now is like crazy, because I remember my whole 4th grade class being on like Facebook, and I'm like shit, like this was like our social, like this is how we socially like tiered ourselves, you know, which is weird as fuck. But anyway, yeah, I saw this girl. She's beautiful, my crush, whatever. Like, I was like, I think she put something on Facebook, like for a rate, whatever, and I liked it.
To be honest, and rate.
Yeah, something like that. And I liked it, and I was all like nervous. I'm like, oh my god, because I wasn't that type of kid. Like I was like, oh, that's like I thought like back then I was like, oh, TBH and rate, that's for like the cool kids and like I don't know. So like, I like it. I guess some time went by. I don't really remember. And then I remember seeing it, and like I went to pull it up, to say like, oh, what did she say? And she literally wrote 1. It was like 1 with a bunch of dots. And I was thinking to myself, I remember commenting, I was like, oh,
with
well.
a lot of dots?
Yeah, I commented, I was like, thank you, that makes me feel super. I'm just thinking, I'm like, why just not do the rate? Like, you know, like at least you could have just not done the rate, but she was like, nah, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna make this fucking kid, you know, like I'm gonna ruin this kid's day. And ever since then, I've been fantasizing about ways to kill that bitch. Like, it just is how it is. You know?
You must have gone through a lot of counseling for that.
Yeah, man, it was tough. But
you know what, though, it's funny.
I think I got over it pretty soon.
How irrelevant Facebook is. I mean, people still use Facebook, I know, but like Instagram is really the new Facebook.
Yeah.
You remember how
Instagram.
Remember old Instagram when like people would just post anything, like they'd post 3 pictures a day, and
people would just post bullshit. And now it's like it doesn't matter. You could be like you could have like no social media presence whatsoever and like not produce any content, and motherfuckers are still following the algorithm. Like people are still like, I gotta post at 5 o'clock to like post on Wednesday, get the most likes. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's people hunting for
Such a
Instagram likes. I mean, we were
dude,
all like
Instagram
that,
likes
but
are a status symbol now. It's weird. Like
that's
followers,
why.
like people describe their career now. They're like, I have 110,000 followers on Instagram. You're like, what? Like,
I mean, that's why I took
the
a
fuck
really
even
long
is
break
that?
from it because I couldn't stand everybody on it. It was just toxic.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
was just sick of everybody, so I got off of it. And I mean, I'm back now. I mean, but I just
yeah.
couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, yeah. It's tough, man. It's like especially like it's fucked up when we wake up in the morning. I don't know how you are, but I know I look at my phone, I look at fucking I'm looking on Facebook and Instagram. I'm already doing it. You know, it's like we've been trained like we've had electronics in our hands uh some younger than others, but generally from a young age, you know? And like we
Sorry,
fucking
I was scrolling through Instagram and Snapchat again. I'm sorry.
but we wake up and it's like the first thing we do is like look at like we're programmed to be like, you know, like our whole life is like in here now, you know? It's crazy because you need it kind of like you need this thing for your job, you need this thing for your house, you need this thing for your car, like
Well, nobody has
or
house
you need
phones
this thing
anymore.
for well, I guess not your house, but you know what I mean? Like you need this thing to
To
see all your
survive,
yeah, see all your emails, get your shit together, like basically
make your
survive. It's
payments.
crazy. Make payments, exactly. Receive checks from your job. I don't know, but like yeah, it's like it's hard. Like nowadays, if you had a flip phone, like it would probably be hard to even like get by because like
You broke.
you'd be like, what the fuck is everybody doing? Like especially now that
Could you
quarantine
imagine
is in effect.
if like a guy, let's say like 10 years ago, a guy was buried like in ice in like a capsule underground.
Yeah,
No, no, no. Let's say he was just like in ice, and then he melted 10 years later, and he's got a BlackBerry phone,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then everybody else has like the iPhone 10, and he's like, "The hell is Instagram? What's the iPhone?
yeah, yeah,
Uh, what's Rick and Morty?"
yeah. Exactly. Like I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, what if this whole quarantine shit that we're doing right now, people wouldn't have done this 10, like 20, even 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like 20 years ago, when there was none of this shit, like internet was still slow, everybody had flip phones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nobody, like, if they would have told people, because people were so social, if they would have told people you have to stay inside and not go to each other's houses and hang out and not go to these businesses, everyone would be like, nah, fuck that. Like everyone would be like everybody in Philadelphia would be fucking skirmishing at each other's houses. The whole city of Philadelphia would be in a fucking like bubble, you know?
well, I
Like
mean, this happens at like a time where we have more accessibility to social media. Like 20 years ago, nobody was like, the only way you would get your news was from TV,
yeah.
essentially. And
Yeah.
now we got our phones, so everybody's alert. Everybody knows the seriousness of the virus. I mean, 20 years ago, everybody was just like, more people would have just been
Whatever.
like, I'm going to go outside. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Eagles game tonight, tailgate.
Yeah, especially cuz like I mean, but I'm thinking back then because the technology we have now, it's like easier to know, not even communicate face to face. Obviously, we can do that too from our own domiciles, but like now we can know what everybody's doing. So like you go on Instagram, you go on Snapchat, Facebook, whatever, you can see what everybody's up to. So it's like people don't feel like if we didn't have that, it's like people would be calling or walking around the neighborhood seeing people, you know? Like people are social, they have to mingle. So it's like people can spend their days alone and get by and like see what everybody's doing through their social shit and show people what they're doing. Oh, that's cool. Like I'll show people what they're doing and shit. But but like if you don't have that, then it's like if we got put into quarantine, people would be going even crazier, you know? People would not stick to this 20 years ago. I think the fact that we're doing it now is like I think we're doing it for good reasons, but also I think it's a little easier for us because we're a little gluttonous, you know what I mean? Like we're a little more adapted to
Yeah.
technology. But at some point people are going to get fed up. But like look what they reopened Georgia like 2 days ago and they have like 200 new cases of COVID, I think.
What a shock, right?
Yeah, I know. Like, and I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, people could say that's not a lot, but like, if it's spreading this quickly, it's like, why can't we
Yeah.
stick to this until
Statistics have grown that
things blow over?
like New Jersey economy is still closed, but everyone in New Jersey's Animal Crossing progression is just skyrocketing
I
with
know,
the
dude.
economy going down.
Yeah,
Everyone's
for real.
Animal Crossing economy is going up, but real economy is
Dude.
going down.
My girlfriend, you're speaking of my girlfriend. She has been tearing up Animal Crossing the past couple
I'm
months.
tempted to buy it, but like I just don't want to.
It's cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's really cool. If you like Animal Crossing, it's like probably the nicest game they put out, you know?
Yeah, I loved Animal Crossing when I was like, I don't know, when I was a kid. It's just like I'm like afraid to go into it, and then I'm just like, fuck, and now I'm not gonna get anything else done.
Yeah, it is like
You just get that
hammering, like
fear, you know. It's just me.
she'll say shit to me sometimes. She'll be like, I took out a loan on this, and I'm like, really? Like I think she's like talking about like real shit, and she'll be like, oh, like in the game, and I'm like, oh, like you
Yeah, I'm
know,
not allowed
because
to
you get
go
so
home.
immersed, in it that you really feel like it's like your life, you know?
It's like it's like a dad like just starts
It's
drinking,
good,
becomes
though.
an alcoholic. It's like, why are you drinking
Sign
so
of
much?
a-
I thought you stopped drinking. He's like, oh, I got all these loan. My mortgage is like up to my eyeballs in Animal Crossing.
yeah, he's like, I gotta pay Tom Nook back 100,000 bells by
Yeah, it's like
tomorrow, or
they
this whole house is going under.
yeah, it's like it's like if the next South Park season is just based on coronavirus, it's just Randy's on Animal Crossing. He's just
Oh, that
getting
would be
drunk.
great. That would be awesome. Yeah,
It's like,
everybody's at home smoking weed, getting drunk, playing Animal Crossing.
yeah.
That would be a great plot point for them. I hope Trey and Matt are listening to this right now.
Yeah, I know. I
Damn,
mean, they already
I want
know.
to change up I want to change my background. You change yours. I'm about to put some other shit on. Which one? I kind of like this.
I saw Joe Rogan's post the other day about Trump, and he's like, "We live in a movie."
I know. Joe Rogan's always on Instagram just putting shit like, he's like, look at this shit. Like, this is crazy. Like, damn, is that a forest fire?
Trying to.
Shawnee, what are you at? Like a party or something?
Yeah, it's bumping. Got all heads here.
Yo, we got like 60 heads in the Zoom chat. John, can you bring the key for the basketball courts, bro?
Kenny called me. He was like, "Yo, Sean, I'm at your house. I can't see you, but I see like 100 other heads here." Yo, it's Naquan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, I wish I would have, like, speaking of that, like, I wish I would have went to that. Sean, for people who don't know, when we were in high school, Sean threw one of the most epic parties ever to get busted by the cops. Like, and
it's not epic without that outcome. I mean,
yeah, for real. And yeah, I never went to it because A, I was probably just being a bitch, to be honest. But B,
you were.
I had a feeling that like it was gonna get, because I'm like, Sean doesn't live in the type of neighborhood where nobody's gonna bat an eye. Like people are gonna speak up.
Yeah,
and,
but it's like when you're in a bad state of mind at the time, and you're just like, you don't really care if you know
if anything happens,
if you live or die, you're just gonna say, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, I understand that completely. And
it takes a big man to admit his mistake.
Yeah, no, dude, it wasn't. Don't ever regret that. That was an awesome thing you did.
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm just like, I can't believe like we pulled that off. Like we got a keg. We didn't think we were gonna get one.
Yeah, and you're like 15, so like now if you get a keg, it's like, oh, like all right, someone got a keg.
Yeah,
but when you're 15, you're like, oh my god, we have a fucking keg. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and like even the kids who were like helping you out, like, and I'm not gonna lie, do you think they were kind of like setting you up a little bit?
No, because a lot of people are saying that, but like I wanted it to have a lot of people. I didn't want like
you didn't want it to be
a
like
sausage fest.
Yeah, you wanted it to be like a lot of heads, yeah.
So I purposely did that. Like I knew the risk. I knew people were gonna come, so it worked out in my favor.
Cool.
I mean, the outcome was not what I anticipated, but
did all this shit in your house get broken? Like,
nah, only like a few things. I mean, it's like, like that's it.
What got broken?
Just like a light outside, and my PlayStation got stolen.
No,
PS3.
really?
Yeah.
Someone
So now
stole your PlayStation?
It was broken already. I was already gonna get a new one from the warranty, so they took the broken one.
Oh shit! What a fucking dickhead. Karma serves them right that it didn't
Yeah.
work. You know when they tried it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man. Shit. Damn, that's crazy though. So wait, like walk me through that night. So like people start so like pre-game to like cops are done, it's over. Like, you know, cops have been through it. It's done. Like take me through that night. Like
Yeah.
okay, it looks like we've lost Sean due to technical difficulties, but I'll stay with you. This is your man John Egger.
I was cutting out.
Oh no,
What
you're
you say?
good.
Yeah.
I was saying take me through that night you know the pregame starts
All right,
and
so I'll
like
take you. So it was Monday. I think it was a Monday. We had tennis practice that morning,
yeah,
and I'm gonna change this fucking.
it was a weeknight. You guys had it on a fucking weeknight.
No, it was spring break, dog.
Oh,
You
sick,
know,
sick, sick.
it's cool. It's kosher. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm talking to Brandon Paisani at practice, and he's like, "Yo, you still having that party tonight, man?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
man, come through." He's like, "All right, man. You mind if I like bring a few guests and some friends?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." And then I didn't know by like a few friends he meant like the whole class of
Oh,
2015.
yeah, like all his friends.
And
Like,
like I couldn't believe like even Shayun was there. Shout out to him, good guy.
yeah, he's a
Shayun,
cool dude.
he was there. And I was like, man, he's the captain of the tennis team. I was like, this is crazy. I got the whole tennis team here. Not
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
just Brandon and Shayun. And anyway, practice ended. My parents went to Cape May, so it was just me. And then I needed help setting up, so I had to clear my living room. I had to clear my rec room.
Yeah, yeah.
I needed help, so I got a few friends from high school from Highland to help me out. And then I knew people who were above 21, so they were able to, you know,
Supply the alcohol,
all the goods, yeah,
all the goods, all the
and the
goods.
music.
Yeah,
We had.
yeah.
I could have planned it better, but like I didn't want to get food because I don't want people eating pizza and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
drunk because they're gonna get sick. And
Yeah.
luckily nobody got sick. Only one person went to the hospital.
Did you get any food? Was there pizza or no?
No, I didn't get any food.
Well, yeah, fuck that. Who the fuck wants to go into a
Yeah, who's
party and
gonna?
eat
Yeah, right.
any pizza
What are we
like a
gonna like?
fucking dork?
Yeah, what are we gonna like eat? What blow a cake? Like
Yeah. Damn. So like to take me, but take me before it all like ended. Take me through it. Like if people start walking in, like
yeah. So it started around I guess 8 or 9 when people started to come in,
yeah,
and like we were taking shots. You know, you pregame. Have you ever watched
yeah.
Project X?
Well, yeah, but I know what you mean. Like y'all were pre-gaming for like a big
Yeah,
party.
and then like around 10, like they started multiplying. They just started multiplying out of nowhere. They were going through the front and the back.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, whoa,
Just hella
this
people.
is crazy. And then Devin Graff walks in, and then I think me and Brad were talking. Brad's like, bro, Devin Graff's in your house. That's legendary. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
watching, bro. And I'm like, yo,
Back when we were in
crazy.
high school, that was like a big time. That was like a big time broad.
Yeah, and
Guess
then
you could
like
say.
I started talk like Bryn and Haley came and Jake McDonald, they came in and they were just like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
what's up? Like they're like, what are you doing? You all right? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, yo, it's lit because they walk in,
Yeah,
they see
they're
like
because they
Naquan's on your left.
yeah they see
You
everybody.
got-
They're like, are you okay? Like you know like how's everything going over here? Like
oh my God! Wait, so Dante was one of the first people to come, and this man's
yeah.
dad followed him in.
Oh
His
yeah,
dad-
dude. I pray for Dante because like I don't know if Dante's dad's anything like my dad, but like in general, it doesn't matter how your dad is. If you walk up to a party and your whole ass dad is behind you, watching you walk in, like you're not getting anything that night. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just embarrassing, man. Fuck.
Yeah, man, it was
That's so funny though.
it was
So
scary. We were all just
so him and his
we were all
dad.
just scared of him. We were just like, you know, just
Yeah.
like, who the hell is this guy?
Fucking
Like,
adult. Yeah. Like,
get out of my house, please.
did he leave?
Yeah, he left. I said, no, he just left. He just looked around, saw all
Yeah.
the alcohol everywhere,
And just
then
dipped.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny, man. Did he walk like into the house? Like he came in?
Yeah, he came in.
That's funny as shit. Everyone's like, "Yo, who is this dude?"
So have you ever been to my house?
I have, yeah, a couple times.
So I have a living room, a rec room, and a dining room, and basically it was a pong table in every room.
Yeah,
So we had
cool.
3 games of pong going on at the same time,
Yeah.
and then we carried our kitchen table out to the backyard. Like
Nice.
the table out in the backyard because it was too small for the
Yeah.
for pong. So it was wide but not long.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
needed a longer table, so we moved it to the backyard.
Yeah.
And people are just like, booling on the table.
Did
"Those man."
nobody jumped on it and broke it?
No, and then no, surprisingly no.
That was before that was
Everything
like
was good.
popular.
Yeah, everything was safe. There was only one light that broke, and because somebody threw something at it, but the light didn't even work to begin with. It's just there for display. So like the
Yeah,
bulb
yeah.
didn't work. It didn't turn on. It was a backyard light, and we barely used our backyard anyway, other than like we had to let my dog out.
Yeah.
But like
So,
my dog,
oh,
I had to keep him upstairs in my bedroom because I can't have him out. So he
yeah,
was in my
yeah.
bedroom. The cops kept him in my bedroom. Thankfully, they put him on my bed and he didn't jump off.
Oh, that's
So
sweet.
at least he didn't. Yeah.
Were
So
people like fucking with him in the party? Were people like, "Look at this dog!" Like,
no, I like kept my room shut. I just didn't want to.
didn't
I
want him
didn't want
coming
the
out.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it's a good conversation piece, but like, had I had more
Nah, dude.
time though.
You leave the dog in the room, A, for it to be safe, but B, if you bring a girl up there, you're like, "This is my dog," and she's like, "Oh my god,
Yeah, exactly.
it's cute." Like, yeah,
That's what my plan was. I was just, and then like, I don't know what the hell it was. Like my one friend, he has this bottle of Amsterdam, and he's like, "Yo, chug this." I'm like, "Okay."
yeah,
Like this is a great script. One day, this would make a great script because before everything happened, they were like, "Yeah, man, if you get fucked up at your own party, you're a fucking idiot."
yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
"All right, I'm disregarding that. Fuck you. I'm just gonna do it anyway."
You just got really fucking drunk.
Yeah, and then I'm like, "Hi, I'm Sean Pendergast." Hi, Sean
Yeah,
Pendergast. I'm the host, and shaking hands with everybody.
that's funny as shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then
Were
like, oh,
people hype?
yeah, it was crazy. And then like around 12:30 in the morning, somebody's like, "Yo, there's a cop," and I'm just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
jeez."
Damn, so you
This is
guys went that long?
like 3 hours. I mean, I wish it was longer than that, but
Yeah, yeah. Damn, so wait, 12:30, somebody's like, "Cop, then take me there."
so we turn all the lights off in the house so
Mhm.
they don't. And then like, I don't know who it was. I think it was Brad. Brad's like, "Yo, they went to the wrong house." So they went to the wrong house, and then they were like, the neighbor was like, "No, we're the ones who called. It's that house down there."
Yeah, yeah.
So we turn the lights off, and then for about 20 minutes, everybody's just in panic. Like
Yeah,
some of my
yeah.
friends already dipped. Like they ran, they jumped my fence. They
They're
were they
gone.
just fled the scene. Like the people who
Yeah.
bought the alcohol. So, but I had a section of fence already broken, so the cops were already able to go through the backyard.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they basically surrounded the house. Like, did you ever play GTA?
Yeah.
Remember, like when you're like fighting cops, that you get like 5-star rating. Like that's when you're like notorious and
Yeah.
your notoriety just like 100%. Every cop
Mhm.
in Liberty City's chasing you. Is
Yeah.
what it's like, except Gloucester Township, where like we
Yeah.
got the place surrounded.
I don't think
I
they're
thought that.
allowed to I don't think they're allowed to like go around the back of your house, like barge into your house and shit.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And like I opened. Okay, so we had the lights turned off, and I let them knock on my door for about 10 minutes because I'm debating with myself: do I open it or let them leave? Do I open it or do I let them?
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, I'll open it. I open the door, and he's like, "Oh, it's about time you open the fucking door." He's like, "Why? Because you're so drunk." And they knew I was drunk. I mean, I couldn't hide it. And I
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
"Oh, how can I help you today? How can I help you tonight, officer? Wonderful evening we're having." And they're just like, you know what? I can't even remember what they said to me. All I remember is them asking me, "Can I go in?" or like, "Can we come in?" And I said, "I don't believe that you have a warrant to come in." And they started being
Yeah.
an asshole with me. They're just like, "Oh, what are you, a smartass?"
Yeah, you should have just
What do you
been
think,
like,
you're
they're
smart?
like, can we come
And then
in?
they
And you're like,
and then they
no.
told
Yeah.
they told me they told me to come outside, and then they come in. They told me to come out. You want to step outside? I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, this is where they're like, you're under arrest. They didn't
Yeah.
really say that, but like they just walked in anyway. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. They shouldn't have
And
been
then they went
allowed to
through the
do
back,
that.
and then
That's
like
fucked up.
so they have so I'm in the front, and then there's like 50 kids still at the party. They take them all to the back, and there's like
Yeah.
50 kids lined up in the backyard, sitting on the
Did they all get in
grass.
trouble?
They let them all go home.
Yeah.
Nobody got in trouble technically.
Yeah, yeah.
My parents had to come back, but like we'll get to that soon. But they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
50 kids sitting down on the grass in the backyard, laying on dog shit probably.
Yeah.
And the cops were just like, apparently, some of my friends were like, the cops like went around the back, and they were just like, "Yo, do you hear this kid out front? He thinks he's a street lawyer. He's telling us we can't come in his house."
Yeah.
Like, oh, why don't you tell him to come outside? Oh yeah, we didn't try that yet. Let's try that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think they were even allowed to do that though, Sean. Like people say like, "Oh, this guy's a street lawyer," but like you asked if you could come in, and
Yeah,
if somebody says no, I don't think you're allowed to do that without
I don't know, man.
people. You
It's
know
so
what? Police
weird.
apparently police can enter if they have probable cause, I think.
Yeah,
But I'm like, who gets to determine probable cause? It's them, you know. They could have a problem. They could say they have probable cause for anything, you know.
yeah,
It's
it was
bullshit.
crazy, man. Because I went back in, and they were like, "Wow, it's like a sweat lodge in there." And then they're just saying like, "You can't be doing shit like this, man." I was like, "Well, I mean, all right, you got me."
Yeah, yeah, and it's like,
I mean, they don't know my motive. I mean,
and the whole thing is, it's like, who were you really hurting? Like nobody was getting hurt. I think it was probably just your neighbors were pissed that it was loud and they were trying to go to sleep. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But I mean, you live and you learn, man. I mean, it's fucking
I think my
awesome that
motive
you
was
threw
just like I
that.
wanted to. I mean, I think you met me. We met sophomore year, right?
Yeah, that's the year we met.
So what did we have lunch together?
Yeah, we had lunch.
It's
I don't know if we
funny.
had any other classes, but definitely lunch.
So like that year was the first year where I started to become more social with people in school. Like freshman year, I didn't really talk to a lot of people. Like
Hmm.
you guys were the first group of people I like would hang out with after school. 'Cause I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
really hung out with kids after school like that much. So like
Hmm.
I'd hang out with you guys,
Yeah.
and then I was just like, wow, this is like really great. You know, I like having like friends now, and then I was
Hmm.
like, I'm gonna have a party.
Yeah, you just like wrote it all into one wave. Like
Yeah.
I like friends party. Yeah, like you know.
Well, it's funny because like when I was in middle school, like even like first half of freshman year, like I used to be like really introverted, and then like during the second half of freshman year, I started to become more social with people, and then I found out I was able to make people laugh in
Yeah,
class. Like, I used
yeah,
to do a lot of stupid shit where like I'd like say like I'd say the answer, but it's not the right answer, but it's something that like make people laugh.
yeah,
We would talk about How to Kill a Mockingbird freshman year, and it wasn't even that the joke wasn't even that funny, but people were laughing. I asked my English teacher if Harper Lee had to write every single hard copy of the book, like that
yeah,
she sold. Like, did she have to write a million books?
yeah, yeah.
And people thought it was funny.
I don't get that. Like,
Yeah,
why would she have to do that? Like,
I don't know. I just thought, all right, let me make a joke, and then people were laughing at it.
yeah, yeah. Isn't it so nice when you get a laugh? Like when you say something and
Yeah, that's that. Yeah,
it
my
gets a big
point being,
laugh.
like, that's what like I like doing that, and then like it started to carry over sophomore year. And like even though like I didn't know any of you guys until sophomore year at lunch, and you guys thought I was so funny. Like I would just say anything. Like I would just say, "Hey guys, how you doing?" Everybody would start laughing. Like, what the fuck is so funny? You guys are
Yeah,
talking.
Sean, you're funny, dude. Like you have a funny cadence to the way you speak and make jokes sometimes, and I feel like I think you could really channel it and use it in like a potential comedy career if you. It's the biggest thing, I guess, is being able to like turn that on. You know what I mean? Because like obviously
Yeah.
it's hard for everybody, but like you know when like you feel one way and like you're making jokes, you're being funny, whatever, but then you get around some like other people or you get around something different and you start acting another way. You know?
No, I know what
Like
you mean, and that's what like I like making people laugh because I felt like that's how I really started to become friends with people. Like that's how I developed relationships. Like you guys liked hanging out with me, like for some whatever reason. You
Yeah,
guys
because you're a fucking cool guy, Sean.
like I
Like
never
it's not
like
that it doesn't have to be that deep,
like with like yeah. I guess I was just like when I was in middle school, I was just like scared to just open up to people and like talk. Like the only person I
Yeah,
really talked to was like Ryan Connolly because we both like we'd play like video games and shit, and we lived right by each other. So we,
yeah, that makes sense.
but everybody else was just like, but you know, you start making people laugh, and it just becomes I don't know, it's just a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, it does lead to a lot of great like friendships and stuff. Because once you find the biggest thing about like laughing is what brings people together. I think the most because everybody has different senses and styles
Yeah,
of humor. So like when you say something that you think is funny and somebody laughs at it and they say shit that you think is it's like you realize like oh I can be cool with this person because like there's kids for example like just the stereotypical like jock kids or whatever might be like yeah
yeah,
that
like I
fucking
never,
pass like did you see like fucking that pass was just and
I
then like
never.
they're like oh like we're cool together you know
Like
like
I never like I was the only one like people would ask me like how come like you don't how come all your cousins in your family like in my family you all play sports but like we don't ever see you playing sports and like I was like I don't know man I just because I don't really give a shit about
yeah
that
maybe
and then
maybe
like
because I'm not them like
yeah and then I would tell other people
okay.
that and then in high school they were like yeah but like who cares because you're funny as shit.
Yeah, like, but it's also like that's the weird thing is like people say who cares as if like especially as a guy as if like you have to be playing like a type of sport to have like to achieve a social status, especially in high school. That's a really weird. So like I kind of get it like instinctually, but it's just a really weird construct, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I think that theater people should be walking around bullying the football players you know but like it's just odd you know like
Yeah, I know
just
what you
let
mean.
I think and I think it just kind of sets up because like people look at these people of their school like as like representatives so like it's like a higher social status when you're like at the place you know what I'm saying
Yeah.
but it's also like but by the time you get to college and that person that star high school player is like playing for like some fucking college and no one ever knows about it's like but at this point it's like the jig is up you know like this can't be your identity anymore now you have to be a marketing consultant or some shit you know I don't know like
Yeah. Like I've been like these last few weeks though it's like it's tough because like I don't know like they gave me like it's like I don't understand how you can just drop projects on people and just expect them to produce and do well in finals and you put all this insurmountable amount of pressure on people to like just
so
succeed in the program.
they did they add extra projects since you're doing school like remotely
Yeah,
now
so all of us we basically got like four final projects we had to do like in the span of like 2 weeks. We got one of
yeah
them done so far. The other two we're like making progress on. We're almost getting them done, but it's just like I don't know. I just think it's kind of ridiculous, and it's kind of like just like some of the professors are helpful, but there's others where like you'd ask them for help and they give you a bullshit answer where like they just give you a riddle, like they don't give you
yeah
a direct answer and they just tell you to go fuck yourself.
yeah that's stupid man
And it's just like things like that. It's just like you question how like people run their programs. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Like I feel like I've had some professors that are doing it really well. They're they're like, all right, things will stay the same. Like once a week we'll turn this in, twice a week we have this. It's very like format, like it feels manageable. And then I have some
Yeah,
professors where they're like, all right, we're gonna leave all of the course structure the exact same, and you still have to attend these out of class meetings to get hour points, and you still have to fucking do this like you still have to do this shit and this shit and this shit and like I get it, but also some of it's like for example, I have to do an interview for one class and I'm thinking who the fuck like I know and it's hypocritical because I literally am doing interviews like on my own time like with this shit, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But like who the fuck is gonna be available for an interview right now and like everybody's just in quarantine like everybody just wants to stay
yeah,
nobody wants to
exactly.
like I'm not, and keep in mind, have it's for a business thing. Half, like you have to interview like an entrepreneur. Half of business owners right now, all non-essential business owners, are completely out of business. So like, I think the last thing they want to talk about is their business. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I mean, that's that should be in lieu of the fact that, I'm fucking, it's really just me. Like, I'm the one who's, fucking putting off all this shit. And I'm the one who's really just not wanting to do it. But I feel like, I'm like, what's the point? Like, I'm, I'm right here. Like, I'm not at school. All the classes I've been taking right now are like bullshit anyway. If I can like pass fail out of them, I really don't care. Like, and
Yeah.
in the fall, if we are still not going back to real like brick and mortar school and they want us to do this remote shit again, I am not going to enroll for the semester. I'm going to take myself out of all my classes and probably just drop them all, and
Yeah,
like
I understand
just
that.
take a semester off because like what the fuck, like like I'd rather take a semester off and work until we can go back to school than do another semester of remote learning. Like I'm not really trying to do that and like be inside and just
Yeah.
sitting here slaving away at work that I'm never going to use for my real life career application, I
That's
guess
the
some of it I am, but I really don't know at this point. I feel like college is such a fucking sham.
Yeah, like I was watching what you and Matt were talking about on one of your last podcasts about how, you can have a college degree and still be working a job that, doesn't require a college degree or something completely related to the degree that you earned. So
Yeah.
basically like you kind of wasted your time in college, which is it's sad, because that's really how the system is built, and they in high school they really try to like impound, college. They try to shove college down everyone's throat, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like so high school is so like another thing that goes along with the whole like sports hierarchy of high school. There's an academic hierarchy and it's like all the teachers, it makes sense because obviously all the teachers had to go to college. So in their heads they think, "Oh, these kids should be getting into college like whatever." Like and you know what?
Yeah,
I guess you can go to college and you can fuck off and it can not help you that much and maybe you can still like get something out of the experience. But it's like every kid should be able to know that they have a different path and like
yeah,
to set people up just to be like you're going to need this for college because you need college and then you get to college and you realize you're like this has not helped me in any way and now I have a 4 year degree and I can't find a stable job that the degree is actually for,
yeah,
I'm still working at fucking Starbucks or the retail store or wherever because I can't get a legit job like with this degree. It's like I think I watched some video that said there's only a 1 in 4 chance after getting a 4 year degree to get a job in
yep,
in the required field or in the field you're looking to be in,
yeah,
or not even field, but like a job that requires that degree.
yeah. Like I was really conscious senior year, but mostly because like I was just told by like everybody around me where it's like if you're going to college, you gotta go get a degree in something where you could profit from it or benefit yourself from. So
Yeah,
like that's why
yeah,
I picked electrical and computer engineering, as a practical choice. And I don't get me wrong, like I've learned a lot from it that I probably never would have learned, like as far as like just from the computer side of things. And like I've made friends with a lot of great people, and
yeah.
I'm grateful for it. But it's just like if you took away, all the benefits that came with the degree, a lot of people wouldn't pursue that to begin with, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
just
I agree. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
No, I was just gonna say like I think it's just fair that like everybody at some point like you should still try to figure out what you're passionate about and then just go in that direction and just
Yeah, man. And I'm a big proprietor in the fact that if you really do find it, that you'll just like whether you feel like you want to or not, you'll get pulled into that, and you'll just get taken into that route. Because like, I mean, some things obviously. I put it this way: I don't think everybody has to find their passion when they're 20 or 24 or whatever. Like,
no.
people could find their passion into their retirement. You never know what your passion is. It doesn't have to be about what you do for your career. You could work a career that you like. It's not your passion, but you like it and it's been good to you and it's been fine for 40, 50 years, whatever. And then you could retire and maybe you start carving or you start making furniture, or you start whatever, and you realize this is what I've really wanted to do all along, and you get to like
Yeah.
You get to do your own thing, you know. But or you know, it could be anything. But as far as like thinking of like passion to have like a passionate career, because obviously we all want to have a career that we're super stoked about. Yeah, like
Yeah.
sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, I think college definitely, if it if your actual degree and your actual classes don't help you, I think college in general still nudges people in the right direction, because college opens up a ton of opportunities for people to find out what they like. Like, for example, like, I mean, I kind of got into podcasting before I ever started the radio, but like now, like, I feel like since podcasting got me into the radio, now that I see
Yeah, you could do
like
radio as an alternative. I mean,
yeah, and like I'm a writing major, but like I feel like I've learned more just doing those radio shifts and doing that training and like being in something that's really interesting than like just sitting there writing like creative writing like one page pieces that I'm never really going to use, or
yeah,
like writing, you know, copy or just some stupid shit, you know, like I thought, like I've always felt creative and I thought like writing would be that outlet, and I still think in a way it will be, and it is, because like, you know, I want to write stand up, I want to try to write like I have ideas for like shows and stuff. I haven't really gone super far into any of them, but I've done some screenwriting and like gotten some experience with it. But like at the end of the day, I think like I'll still be graduating with this degree, but I think what's really gonna set me up in a good position is the experience that I gain with doing radio and like with just honestly still doing this. And like I want to, once as soon as this stay at home order is lifted, and as soon as we get crowds back together and like comedy clubs are open up again, like I'm gonna start signing up for like every open mic I can, because I figure I did comedy back in November. It was the only time I ever did it, and like it didn't even go like amazing, but it was just really it went pretty good, you know. Like it was cool to like say the line and like think of where the laugh is supposed to be and then hear it, because I was
yeah.
the worst thing is hitting a punchline and then hearing nothing, you know what I'm saying, like no
I
laughter.
I think with all the time we've been granted, you know, through isolation, I've been like doing a lot of thinking of like other things I should consider. Like I was considering, you know, doing stand up comedy myself, and like
Dude,
sometimes I
I
get
think you definitely
dragged.
could. I think you definitely would. I think you definitely could if you wrote it and it was tight and you were confident in your material. I think you could absolutely do stand-up comedy, Sean. I think you'd be good at it. I'm not even kidding when I'm saying that. Like I'm serious.
Yeah,
I
like
think
I'm
you
thinking
could
of
do it.
I was considering it, you know, just given like, you know, what we were like our past experience with like Mr. Highland Night, for instance. That's probably like the
Yeah,
extent of my.
you had, and I mean, when you went out there, do you remember like looking at the crowd?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just my mindset was just, you know, seize the moment. You know,
Yeah,
you only live once, so like I'd rather just if I already knew I'm risking it all just going out there, so you know you might as well just give it the best that you possibly can. Like between like our skit with me and you, and like what I was able to do with Freddie with the Blues Brothers act, like between those two, it was just kind of just
yeah,
trying to like I don't know, just get people to laugh, I guess. Like the Mr. Dennison act was just so it was so unplanned. I mean, I was literally just pulling lines out of my ass. Like I didn't have like a direct what word like I didn't know what lines I was gonna say at what moment,
yeah.
you know, like
I think we wrote the
we
script.
wrote it in 3 hours. I think we wrote it the night before the show. Like we were all in that Google Drive, like all
Yeah,
12 of us,
I
and
remember that was funny as
CMAC
shit.
CMAC just happens to leave like a plate of cookies on the table, and
Yeah,
I'm
that was
just like,
perfect. That was so
that wasn't
perfect.
even that was unplanned.
Yeah, that
I
was
don't even know if
unplanned.
those cookies are even real, but not that it matters. But
Oh,
like,
they were, but that was so funny because you sat down in front of a like a party tray of cookies, and you were like,
yeah, for like 30
Finally,
people.
time to chow down on my nutritious lunch." And like, everybody was just like that. That immediately got the room giggling, and then we just went with it, you know.
Oh, that
But
was
yeah, Sean, you had great stage presence, and like, isn't it exhilarating to like be in front of a crowd?
yeah. It was. I
Honestly,
mean, I didn't even realize how like I didn't re- when I. It's funny like when I was doing it, like maybe you feel the same way. I didn't realize how much impact it had on the crowd. Like when I got done, when we were done, I see Justin and C Mac and like Manny, they're all in like tears, like
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what happened? They're like, oh my God, you guys are crazy. And then like I asked like people like, I'm like, how did I do? They're like, that was the funniest thing I ever saw.
Yeah, that shit was so funny, bro. Damn, I didn't see that them like in tears. Like, I guess they were in the show too, but they were like
Yeah,
backstage.
I think like Justin and C-Mac were like the act before us, and they were just like, oh my God.
Yeah, dude. The funniest is that like teacher got like butthurt about it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Dennison who got butthurt. I mean, he's as thick-skinned as anybody. I know who was the one who got butthurt, but
yeah, and she's just a stupid fat old cunt probably. But we don't know who she is, so we don't know her name.
yeah, we don't
So
even. I don't even know what we're talking about.
yeah, yeah. But dude, that was a great time. But yeah, Sean, I think you'd be great for the stage. I think if you wrote down some material, the hardest part is writing material, and you really just got to find what you think is funny and like just write down everything. Like even when I'm gonna start trying something that like apparently Joe Rogan said when he writes stand up, like he'll sit down in front of something and like there's a difference between when you think of a funny thought and then you write it down, it's like you're trying to be funny and it comes to you and like whatever. But if you're just sitting down with nothing, like if you're thinking about a subject, just start writing about that subject. Don't try to be funny, because if you try to be funny, it's like you're killing it, you know. But if you kind of just like write down your honest thoughts and then go like Joe Rogan said on the Notebook show with Owen Smith or whatever, he was like, smoke a joint, you go back over it again and you like punch it up, and like I mean that's like any writing, it's like you go back over it, but like still like as soon as like my point is that once you can get your writing down and like you feel like you have something that you're confident in, really
Yeah.
from there it's just how you're going to practice it and how you're going to present it on stage, you know. And like it's funny because like sometimes people won't even laugh at necessarily what you're saying, but like you have to like cadence it right for them to laugh. Like I remember I had one line in my act the one time I did comedy, and it was like something like blah 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 blah, but I wasn't sure, but I couldn't prove it was him or something. But I said it like when I said it in my act, I was like, but I couldn't prove it was him. Like, and when I said it, it
Your voice
read.
cracks. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it read across the room and like it got a laugh, and I was like, oh shit! Like they didn't even really just laugh at what I was saying. They laughed more at kind of just like how I said it. You know?
I think Joe Rogan does a lot of like what's it called, like blue comedy, or was I'm trying to see what they called it.
I'm honestly not exactly sure.
It's called blue comedy, and it's basically a comedy that's largely revolves around the topic of sex, from what I'm reading.
Damn, I don't know if like that. So they're basically just saying Joe Rogan does a bunch of sex jokes, but I don't
Yeah,
think
but
that's
that's
accurate.
no, that's Wikipedia. It's with Wikipedia bullshit.
Yeah, some
Internet
non-comedy,
bullshit.
some non-comedian comedy feminist
Yeah.
fan from BuzzFeed wrote that. Like,
Yeah, with nothing else to do with their life.
yeah, or some shit. I don't even know. But damn, we've been going for a little bit now. I don't know. I don't remember when we started recording, but we're a good little bit into this
Hour and
meeting.
20, I'd say. Yeah, because I think it was like we were at like 20 minutes before you hit record.
Yeah. So I mean, we could wrap if you're feeling it. I mean, you got anything else? Anything else on your brain?
I don't know, like not stand up related, but like, have you ever watched 6 Days to Air?
Yeah, the South
Sure.
Park 6 Days to Air.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
that was so cool. Like I was watching that the other day, and they're just basically talking about how basically you got to come up with 6 days just to like, make jokes, and they got like their own writers room. So basically nobody's allowed in the writers room except the writing staff, obviously, because
Yeah.
like they can't have anybody come barging in. Like if they got an idea, they got to write it down.
Yeah, exactly. They don't need distractions. But
Oh, that's just that's crazy. I mean, you got 6 days to prepare, and they're just able to execute, perfect, perfectly built episodes that could just make people laugh off their chairs and shit.
yeah, I know. They do a great job. I'm wondering, do they still do that? Because they release the seasons all at once. Like,
I don't know.
or not all at once, but like
They do
but,
it once a year, like in the fall now, basically. That's when
Yeah,
the new seasons come out, and
So I'm wondering if they like make the episode and then they make a new one, or like why don't they spend their whole off time making new episodes? Like I
I
feel
guess
like
after like 23 years, it's
they can just do it quickly. Like
yeah. I guess it's like with this. Like, how long have the Simpsons been around now? For like 40 years.
40. Yeah, my dad said that when he was like in high school, Like when he was senior year of high school, it's when The Simpsons like came out.
Really? Yeah. I mean, The
They
Simpsons.
dropped
I
in like
haven't even
'89
watched
or
like The
something.
Simpsons in a while, but like, I mean, that's a legend show too,
Yeah, for real, for real.
just because of the culture.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, The Simpsons is yeah. They're the OG. I mean, like people think of Family Guy, South Park, whatever, but The Simpsons are the OG like
Yeah, I mean, South
adult
Park is the
cartoon.
closest. I think South Park's the closest second, just because of like the comedy of
Yeah,
what they're
South
able
Park
to
is
do. Yeah.
yeah, South Park is awesome. But yeah. On that note, I mean, I think now is probably a good time to wrap. Sean Rayno, thank you very much for coming. You're always, dude. You're losing your shoulders. What happened? Your neck. Oh,
No,
you're
no gyms are open, man.
yeah. No, the that vortex world had you, but now
Yeah, man.
you're doing all right now. Yeah, but thank you for coming on. You're always welcome back.
Thanks for having me on.
This is my main man, my fucking co-host. Like my fucking my homie. Sean, if this podcast like ever really takes off and like really goes big, I like move out somewhere, I want you to come with me. I want you to
All
learn
right.
how to I want you to learn how to like engineer it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like or we could even get
Well,
somebody
there's
else for that. But like
I know
I just want you with me.
I know somebody who's an engineer who could like do this stuff.
Like an audio engineer?
Yeah, I don't know. I just happen to like be an engineer.
Yeah, I know
No,
that.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I would definitely want to keep you around. You're the OG guest, number one. You're always welcome back on this show. I'm glad we got to have a good show. I've been having the past few shows have been with like some new guests, so like they've been a little bit more serious. It's nice to just kind of have like come on, have a silly show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
these shows, people, I understand they're not perfect. You're gonna get some bumps and cracks. There's gonna be a couple seconds of dead air, a couple what the fuck was I talking about? But we're just hanging out. We're just vibing, having a good time. And you guys are at home, stuck inside by yourselves,
Yeah,
or like with
we're just
people, with your
people.
family, friends, and we're just trying to give you guys a good time. We just want y'all to like listen to
Microsoft
this
Teams.
and like yeah, whether you get something out of it or not, just like chill and like if this just like helps you just like chill, relax, and just hang out, like I'm all for that, and that's awesome. That's why I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this shit. So yeah. So this will be end of episode 46 with Sean Rain. If you want to put her,
All right, thanks, man.
you want to put her right there. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
For everybody that's still listening, first of all, thank you. Second of all, if you could like and subscribe, that would be amazing. If you go down here, if you're on YouTube, there's Apple Podcast, SoundCloud, Stitcher, motherfucking
Spread
Spotify.
the word.
Yeah, all that. We have a Facebook page, a Twitter page. If you want to like either of those, it'd be awesome. We have a new Instagram page, Eggcast with John Egger, all one word. Can like that.
Get
We
like
put
t-shirts.
we put clips up there, all that stuff. I'm glad you actually brought that up because merch. I am going to start getting in the market for merch. I'm gonna get stickers. I'm gonna get T-shirts. I'm gonna try to get some people some shit. So like
Yeah.
that'd be very cool. And yeah, just make sure like and subscribe on all the platforms. And if you're a regular listener of this show,
Good for
thank you
you.
for the few we have. We're very grateful. This show's still in its very new stages. I haven't even really hit 50 podcasts yet. So, once I hit 50, 100, it'll be awesome to see. But for now, just like thank you so much for sticking with us. And yeah, peace and love. Stay safe. Wash your hands during all this shit. And yeah, just I hope y'all are doing well.
Stay
Adios.
safe.
As soon as I figure out how to, here we go. Yeah, just peace, love, adios. Oh fuck, sick. That's that's a cute little
You want, you want me
cute
to
little
hit stop
show.
recording?
Uh, it already it says it already did stop.
Oh, really? It says I maybe because I recorded too.
Did you just hit stop recording?
No, I haven't. I haven't hit stop yet. You want me to?
Yeah, hit stop.